Hey Mom, I need to come home real quick. Can you give me a teleport?
Alright, I'll be your sister.
Your mom responds, and it's a very long text explaining, like, oh, it's so good to hear from you again. Tell me everything. And she just kind of goes on and on and on and on and on. And then you see at the end, it's like, oh, yeah, teleportation. And then, like, a few minutes later, you see this spiral of red sparkle fire almost start emerging from the room.
I'll walk into it. Hey Mom, I had some magic questions. You remember Hellion, right?
Yes, unfortunately, I do know of Hellion. Why do you know of Hellion?
I'm working with him.
Her jaw kind of like drops and it's like, oh, okay.
I don't know if he likes me that much. He thinks I'm a nerd, which is ridiculous. But anyway, he has these magic chains that are restricting him from doing things evil or like too violent. And he also has a bomb in his chest, and he doesn't know where these came from. Do you have any knowledge of magical appearing chains?
So she thinks, and she just looks off to the corner, and she's just like, "Oh."
You didn't do it, did you?
Huh? Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I don't deal with any binding magic, and this doesn't even sound like that necessarily. They're physical chains?
Seems like it.
Huh. Well, what happens when do they activate?
He got really angry at this hologram that we were fighting, and he thought it was real, and he was going to try to kill these people, and it started to burn him.
She's like, huh. I mean, the bomb in the chest sounds like Munin. But the chains, that sounds like something completely different. She slowly just like floats away real quick. As you know, she's just gonna try and find her a book related to what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
books?
huh, this might take a while. And she's looking and, yeah, I can probably start researching that, but it's gonna take me a while.
That's okay, I have a few days.
It's gonna take longer than a few days.
Well, Hellion's not going anywhere, unless he wants to
Now
die.
that bomb is just...
Yeah, so we have time. I'm going to make some rituals.
Go ahead, sweetie. Your room's all set for you. I had the maid clean it yesterday.
Rich people.
Thank you. And I'll take some books and I'll go upstairs. And I will use my ritualist advantage to make rituals that I can use in the future. What can those be?
What would you like it to be? Because you could set it up, I would say, easily you could be like, you could set it up where you'd have a ritual where, like, you would gain, like, a ability to make a roll at advantage as you choose.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it would be one of those things where you'd have to declare you're doing it before you make your first roll. But you could essentially do that, set up a, kind of like a,
I think I have an idea.
Faux bardic inspiration type deal where you can gift it to yourself or give it to like somebody else where you can twist their fate for a minute.
I'm gonna make a ritual that would probably take like 10 minutes to do, like if we were on the battlefield or whatever. But it's essentially gonna be like a protective dome so that when we go fighting, we can come back and be protected in it. Can I do that?
So like a full team dome.
Yeah,
Not like a personal
yeah,
dome.
but to do it, I'd have to do it before the battle. I couldn't do it in it.
So would you be able to activate like a reaction type deal? Like you would
No.
be able to like, okay everyone, and then like open up a bubble essentially.
I think Liam's tiny hut in D&D. Do you know what that is?
Isn't that the dome where there's no ground to it, but it's a impervious dome?
Yeah, where like nothing can get through except for
Right.
the people.
Yeah.
But it takes like 10 minutes to build the dome.
Okay.
But essentially, I'm just making a safe area for people to come back to, or for citizens that we're protecting to?
Yeah, I would say you could. I would even allow it to be where you could make a device itself that you have runically endowed with this ritual, that you would be able to use it as like a full action to throw the device on the ground, and it would start creating a bubble, taking like maybe a D4 amount of time to actually fully be built.
Okay.
If that sounds fair to you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So roll with the advantage that you were talking about, the ritualist, if that gives you a specific advantage, or if it just lets you do it. Otherwise, you get a +5 because it's going to be magic.
It says use expertise magic. Is
Perfect.
that just the +5?
That would be the plus. Yeah, that would be your adapt magic, which we didn't add yet. So that gives you a +5 on magic base rolls.
Can I roll again with?
Yes, you have a hero point you can use to make it an effective 20 if you want.
I will do that.
Okay. So you're down to 2, I believe.
I got one last time, so I was at 4.
You're at 4. Plus you get one every session. You have a free one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. We'll say you have 4 with that freebie.
Oh, I had 3. I have 3 marked, so I have 2 now. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, perfect. So yeah, I would say it. This ritual takes you about an hour.
Okay.
It's not too difficult. It's more the intricacy of your designs on the device itself that takes the most time. So you've made an effective just force field you can hold up. I would say it'd be about 30 feet diameter if we make it a circle, or just a 30 feet square.
Okay.
So you can decide the shape of that, but it'd be about 30 feet radius no matter what.
Okay. And then I'm gonna get my mom to send me back. And at this point, I'll be like, I guess I should make sure High Speed's okay with the bank robbery. And I'll go try to find him.
Perfect. So yeah, you go back down to your mom and you ask, thanks for letting me stop by and do what I need to do, and let me know when you get some info. And she's like, yeah. And she's got like 2 books open that she's trying to read as she's opening this portal for you.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, all right, I think I've got you close, because she's a little distracted. So the portal's open and you can feel free to enter.
I'll run through.
Perfect. It brings you pretty close to the tower again. I would say you would be relatively close to like the front door that you would go into for the main walls that kind of protect it.
Then I'll go to the bank High Speed was talking about.
Sure.
Or I'll ask him which bank it was, because he didn't say. Hey, High Speed, where are you?
I'm a little busy.
Do you need help?
No, I think I got it.
I'm kind of bored, though.
And cut. Do we go back to the beginning of this fight? Before I'm assuming I get into a fight at that point, because I said I'm a little busy. Right after he left and I went to the bank, right? Can we go?
Yeah, you need to roll to see if you can find the bank, because you didn't ask any directions on where it is, other than he told you it's in the southern outskirts, but that's a pretty big area.
Can I go up to Wilhelm and just be like, hey, can I get a check on something that happened recently?
Yeah, roll. I mean, you need to roll to find him.
Oh, yeah.
Again, because you don't remember seeing him, so you have to
Would that be-
make an awareness
Okay.
check to see if you can notice if it's...
Net 20, baby.
Yeah, so you remember Masq telling you, yeah, he was on the first floor. You're like, well, he's gonna be on the first floor. So you go to the entrance again, and you sit there, and you notice a button that says, call for Wilhelm. And you're like, oh, okay. You push it, you hear what sounds like a door chime, until it's like, wah! And it's like he just kind of falls from the ceiling. He's like, oh. Hello there, how are you today?
Good. I need a report on robbery event thing that happened recently. I don't know how you guys do that.
Oh, you want to know if for the robbery?
Well, a specific one. It sounds interesting. It's something to do.
Oh. Well then.
I'd like to investigate the crime scene at least.
Sure, let's take a quick look. And he goes to this terminal behind the little desk and he starts typing in stuff. He's like, I found... Oh, this place has the best rotisserie chicken.
Not what I was asking. Apparently something green flew through a wall, according to the gentleman.
Oh, well that definitely gets me something else to look for. He typed it in again, he's like, Well, I see somebody threw lettuce at this Mona Lisa-like painting for.
Not lettuce. It broke down an entire wall
Oh, a wall, you say?
that just got fixed.
And he looks and you're like, oh, you mean a recent robbery?
What'd you think I said?
So, I thought you said a recent drug bust.
Drug bust? No.
Yeah, lettuce. You don't know lettuce? Yes, not. Yeah, so that was in the southern part. Looks like it was from my old mutual.
Can you give me directions on how to get there?
You see if he types again. And he gives you directions. He sends it to your comm so you can kind of look at it while you're running.
Do I understand how to read it?
Yeah, it would look like you see a map
Yeah.
and you see a dot for you, and on the map you see this like bright light that's showing on the roads that are kind of weaving and bubbling
Okay.
all around.
Like, oh, that's so helpful.
Yeah, so you can start running at this point. Unfortunately, you realize that his directions kind of took you all around in ways that didn't make any sense after you start running.
Yeah.
You end up actually in the east, like more east than south side of the outskirts. And you're like, huh? He basically told you to go south, and then he kind of brought you back up, went straight east, and then just oh yeah, just take this giant rounded road to get all the way over here to almost the opposite end. You don't realize that until after you make it to the outskirts part.
I look. I try to radio Wilhelm. I'm like, hey, these directions you gave me kind of suck. And then I just start running back around, just following the directions anyway.
I mean, yeah, you're already almost there at that point, but yeah, you hear on the comm that you're taking, you're just booking it down the road, and you just hear oh, well, Wilhelm is a funny guy, and it just goes silent. As he did give you the directions.
Yeah. I try to figure out how to listen to music. I'm like, God, this is so boring, just running. Does this thing do anything? I start fucking around with this thing while I'm running, not really paying attention to where I'm running at this point. It becomes second nature.
Yeah, make a dodge roll. Your defense, in your defensive stats.
I do have uncanny dodge.
Which gives you...
Not vulnerable, when surprised or caught off guard.
Right. Well, good. You won't be vulnerable.
Oh.
You still have to see if you actually dodge this thing or not.
Could I add my defensive roll?
You add
Or
your dodge roll.
Do I have?
Everyone's got dodge. It's your basic defense stat.
It's a 2 plus 5, so a 7.
Yeah, so while you're looking, you're like, where is this stuff? You take a quick second to look up as you see a giant cart full of cabbages. As you run through it, splitting it in half, and you are just now covered in cabbage juice, essentially.
Oh.
As you hear somebody, you bastard man, that was my cabbage!
My cabbage!
As he then
Is it
throws a
universal
rock and
being?
hits you in the back of the head.
Ah! Fuck you! Don't park your cart in the middle of the road!
As you see, it was a crosswalk that he has right to drive through, but yes. Then you get the call from Quinn at that exact moment.
Hey, sorry, I'm a little busy right now. Just wiping the lettuce juice off my face.
You sure you don't need help? You sound like something's happened.
I just ran through a cart. It's fine. I'll just
Did
meet
you-
you at the bank.
Do these have trackers? The devices?
No, but you could essentially get the same type of directions, or you can ask for directions from Wilhelm as well.
He's gonna send you all the way east and all the way south.
You might, or you might not. It depends on how he rolls. He just rolls a straight chaos.
I'm
whenever
gonna.
he interacts with
Can
you
I
guys.
use my phone to get maps and just follow
Does
that?
my thing have
I mean, I guess you could.
Does my
I mean, I do have.
You do have a cell phone.
Does that thing have like coordinates on it?
You could essentially like send it to.
I just read out the coordinates. I'm like, number.
I'll type that into
Sure.
1,000, whatever the
You type in
the search
into your
engine
phone.
is here.
Yep, exactly.
Um,
you type it into the
Imagine.
fire talks and
That's the porn site. Excuse you.
And I'll start heading that way, or I'll get on a taxi or something, so that it's faster.
you'll get a droover. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in a car. It'll be like 10 minutes.
As that's going on, you just hear this very loud, like McLaughlin type song playing on the radio as the driver is singing to it while he's calming you in.
Like, that song's kind of good. Keep your mic open. I would like that.
I'll stay on the phone, I guess.
Sure. And then we'll just take a quick break as you guys make your way to this past bank robbery here to kind of investigate what's going on. We go back to Hellion, and as you make your way there, you kind of get into this desert type environment. You see, you guys kind of pull off, and you're now having to start walking because it's now no longer roads.
Mm-hmm.
You guys start walking, and off in the distance, you do see a giant totem off in the distance.
It's bigger than I would expect it to be, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't seen a totem this big.
no, you see that it is about, I'd say 15 feet tall.
I mean, if I may lore build a little bit, the last time I saw a totem almost nearly that big, that was during the ritual. I think I flashed back to that at a moment, and Robert Moulton is standing, looking up at this. I think it was a church that's being converted into the totem, and he turns to Smith, and he says, "Brother Smith, what was wrong with the accommodations for the ritual tonight? Why do we have to alter them? Out of curiosity, mostly." Do you want to play Smith or you want me to play Smith?
Oh, please.
Okay, good.
I had a vision, brother. A
Vision?
deity beyond this world. It whispers to me. It tells me there's a great evil in this world.
Great evil, you say, brother. Actually, what do you refer to him as? It would be, Elder. Or probably Elder Smith.
Either way.
Great evil, Elder Smith? Have you told the rest of the congregation?
You are the first to know. I do not wish to alarm everyone. It does not concern the believers. But we're going to have to move things forward quickly.
Sir, I told you that we need more time.
He starts walking away from you in this memory. He's like, time is not something we all have easily.
Robert thinks for a minute. And that could have been there, but ever the apple polisher to someone he truly admired at that point in his life, he goes, I'll have the men triple their efforts. I will not let you down, Elder.
And he gives you a little hand signal to show that he heard you. As he walks off and you hear him muttering to himself.
Robert smiles, and as he turns back to looking at the altar church. It's Hellion now, looking back at this 15 foot tall totem, and he goes, "Fucking hell! It wasn't enough last time, was it?" Pull out one of my cigars, I light it. What the fuck are you up to, Smith?
Yeah, as you guys are now here and you're standing, being towered by something for once, Notemare's kind of just looking around, seeing if he can track any footprints or see if there's any person who's been there within recent. You see Yorman kind of investigating the area as well, using some of her magical powers to judge magic levels and what kind of materials this structure may be made of, to see if there's something like that that's being an amplifier. Make a awareness check.
30-22.
Since you've had a lot of experience with this and you kind of know a lot of the inner workings of these kind of devices, you know he's got to have some kind of a power source nearby. It itself does not create power, it only outputs his subconscious message to those.
So in nerdy D&D talk, a phylactery. A little bit of his essence somewhere that he can use to power it, or
no,
a power source directly.
More literal power
Yeah.
source. Not a not saying fake, but not a linked one like that. No.
Gotcha.
Definitely more like, there's actual some kind of a physical or magical. There's either electrical or magical. You're not 100% sure.
Right.
You just know there's something missing, like a generator,
Okay.
a generator-like device that you would call it.
I'm gonna call out to. I'm not gonna call out to anyone in particular. I'm just gonna say it out loud. It's like, if we find the power source, that's where we're gonna find whoever's left to take care of this. We're not gonna find anyone else here. He's probably dealt with them by now.
Yeah, and Notmare comes back from a cloud. He's like, yeah, there ain't nothing around here. No tracks. Last thing I saw was like some kind of a deer elope.
Deerlope all the way out here. You're not in season.
I know, it's weird. So, and then Norman comes back and is like, oh, yeah, I'm getting a lot of magic. Just from the device itself, though. It seems like it's being powered by something else. As she kind of makes a walk around, she trips and falls. As she looks back and she's like, oh, found something.
I walk over to see what she's found.
You and Nomir show up, and you guys see what looks kind of like a ground wire. And you see that the direction it seems to be pointing to goes towards a open cavern.
Oh boy. Well, Sherlock, I think we just found our first clue.
Yeah, I really fell into that one, didn't I?
Yeah, sure. Try to cover up that was adorable.
So yeah, you guys start making your way there, and it's a pretty far off distance. But you make your way there, and as you're at the entrance of this, you see a lot of religious symbols engraved in the entryway.
It's always gotta show off. But don't be fooled, I say. A lot of these are legit. There's a lot more than there normally needs to be for something like this.
Okay, understood. As Norman pulls out a flashlight and you guys start walking into this dark cave.
Considering I'm half demon, I probably have like night vision.
You're able to see in the dark easy.
Yeah.
The light's more of just more for them.
I thought Norman could see in the darkness too.
Not Yorman. No, Mir can.
No, man.
Yeah, the Yorman cannot. But you guys make your way down, and it's a very long path. And the further in you get, the damper the cave seems to get. You start feeling almost like what feels like pools of water. As you make your way down this tunnel, and we're going to go back to High Speed and Masquerade and see what they're getting into. So, we find our heroes heading to the bank that just recently got robbed while they were on training yesterday. Not entirely sure what's going on. They just know that there's something big happened there and gotta investigate it. So, you guys relatively get there at the same time with the difference between
Routes.
travels, and you figure you might as well just wait a little bit. But you aren't gonna understand the world around you, so Ivy just kind of sits there tapping his foot.
I'm across the street, leaning against like a light pole. Just I look at my watch, looking up and down. Hey, how much longer?
There's traffic.
Well, if you're gonna keep the calm open, can you tell the taxi driver to change the song real quick? This one's kind of annoying me.
Can you change the song? Play. I'll suggest a song that I like.
The driver's still singing, so he doesn't hear you. It's the new Kelly Clifton song.
I think this will be over soon.
All right.
And then I'll show
About
up.
3 minutes later, about the time the song is done, the Droover drops you off, and you're now out front of the bank.
In the world where superheroes take the taxi.
I would have also changed into. Is there a bathroom somewhere?
Why don't you just?
I'm not in my superhero outfit, but it's in my bag. I need to change real quick.
I thought you were magic, just like woobly doobly.
Make an awareness check real quick.
My magic is very limited, actually.
I feel like that would insult him. Woobly doobly.
Presence? What did you say?
Awareness.
12.
Perfect. So you see a couple of stores nearby, and you see the Krusty Spittoon, and then you see a Bill Mart. You know that they would both have a restroom or somewhere you could sneak off and.
I'll go to the platoon and change in there.
Sure.
It's not very. I'm sure there's cameras that record me going in and out.
No. These are the outskirts. Think of it like it looks kind of like a biker's bar without any bikes and less races. But it's very much just like there's pool tables essentially and just lots of people drinking already. And it's still, morning essentially.
Pretty much.
Like it's almost, you're getting closer to noon, but it's not any closer to noon than it would be to just wait to have a midday beer.
I'll walk back out in my masquerade outfit. I'm ready. What are we doing?
I just need to investigate this scene of the crime. Some construction worker was mentioning it, and something about it sounded suspicious to me, so...
Well, I can send Lug to go look around.
The bank is open. You
I can
walk
send
in.
Lug to go look around secretly the places we can't go.
Okay.
So I'll walk in after high speed.
I go in my blue spandex uniform, just I go up to assuming a bank teller. Like, can I speak to someone in charge?
Hey! That was my dog. Not Ken.
While he's doing that, I'll like step on one of my laces and get it untied, and then I'll bend down to tie my shoes and I'll roll loot into the crowd.
Perfect. So yeah, so you get to the teller and you ask, somebody in charge, and they look at you and they're like, "Oh, not here for a deposit then, Mr. Blue Specs, huh?"
The name's High Speed. No, I'm a new super. I'm investigating a crime that happened here recently.
Oh, yeah? Do you have your badge?
Do I have a badge?
No,
Yes.
you wouldn't have gotten your badge yet. You had just gotten approved, and Gotcha said it'd take a couple of days for you to actually be official.
That's okay. I'm part of the Masq family.
Make a presence check.
13.
Perfect. So as soon as you say, "Oh, I'm part of the Masq family," everyone turns around and they just look at you like, "That's the Masq family." As they start geeking out, since you are essentially just a long-term celebrity because of your family.
Do you guys think he should let us investigate this?
While you're trying to ask this, everybody's just crowding you. And they're just like, they're looking at you and they're like, everyone's asking for your autograph. They're asking for all sorts of different things from you. The lady asked you to sign her forehead. We're not sure. People are losing their mind over you just being in the outskirts.
I'll whisper on the comm. This is why I fucking hate superheroes. And then I'll...
My character just... I killed to do that. Taking advantage of the now formed crowd, I use my super speed to kind of look around and go find like a security camera or something, or like something to like give me some clue as to what might have happened during the bank robbery and who might have done it and how.
Okay, so you're gonna use your super speed.
The super speed while investigating.
So we'll do 2 checks. We'll do your speed, see how fast, like see if you can go fast enough that nobody would see you.
17 plus my dex.
Okay, they definitely wouldn't be able to see you at
Either way.
17 baseline. So nobody sees you. Then, let's roll for your investigation. See if you notice anything or if you see where you can find some kind of info like that.
I add in the base value, right?
Yes.
So that's a 6.
Okay. 6 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So you run around and nobody notices you other than the person that you were just talking to, and you disappear and they're like, "Oh, well, that explains the outfit." You kind of you run around a little aimlessly almost. You're not used to the architecture or how they would have had the building structured, so you kind of look in one direction hoping it would be there, and you finally like the restroom instead, and you're like, "Okay, so this is definitely not like how we would have set it up." So you kind of keep running around, and it's a multi-story building, so you're thinking maybe somebody upstairs would be able to
Yeah.
give you more answers, or that would be possibly where you would find the security room.
Okay. I go upstairs and I continue to look around. And then
You make it to an elevator that's guarded by guards.
I stop using my super speed and just walk up to them.
Okay.
And I pulled up my goggles off of my face, put them on my forehead. Like, how are you guys doing today? My name's High Speed. I'm a newer super. I'm just investigating a robbery that happened here. What can you guys tell me about it?
Make a presence check to see how they react to you just walking up to them.
15 plus a 3, so 19? No.
Okay. You see as they tighten their grip on their batons as you start walking closer. They hear you say that you're a super, and they don't necessarily release tension, but they're more focused on you. And they're looking like, yeah, somebody just robbed us. Are you thinking of doing it again?
Oh, no, I'm here to actually get more information on who might have done it.
Yeah, you got your badge?
I'm supposed to have a badge?
Yeah, all active heroes or supers are supposed to have a badge.
Oh, well, I just got approved today, so I didn't know I was supposed to.
Huh.
I'm not from here, actually. I'm not from this world.
And both guards look at you and they twist their heads like, you're not from this world?
I start, I realize they're not going to let up, so I turn around real quick, kind of walk off to where they can't hear me, and I go in my intercom. I'm like, hey, do you know if High and Gentles can come get here within like 5 minutes?
Who are you talking to?
You.
While the crowd is around me,
So
I'll
you are-
open.
and you've got people like pushing like pictures of your parents and your sister in your face, like, can you sign this? I know it's not yours, but but you're not normally doing this kind of stuff.
I'll just sign with my other hand and I'll go on mortar and see the distance that High and Gentles is away from me.
All right, so roll a you know what? Let's actually. I wanted to implement something fun.
Mhm.
It's going to be the luck coin. So you call what it is before I flip, and it's 50-50 chance.
Don't you have a 50-50
something,
dice?
Something crazy
Yes.
happening.
I have a yes/no dice.
Okay with that.
Tails, being that he's like
So we'll say
20 feet away.
this is for you signing. So we will say that Tails, like you want to call Tails as yours. So if it's Tails, you perfectly write on the sheet of paper. It's like your loving friend, the masquerade, with
Mhm.
like emotes and everything. If
Mhm.
it fails, you accidentally write on a child's face,
Mhm.
and it's not even legible words. It kind of goes off into the air because their head's not it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get used to it. It's not paper he's writing. He's just like using his finger to write on like
He's using,
holograms,
like,
pretty
his
much.
Magic. Yeah, he's basically using like his magic a little bit to give it some extra flair. But yes, he's just giving a signature like it was UP's coming to your door.
Great.
So
It's on a tablet.
it was heads.
Oh,
So as you're looking on Mortar and you see that he's about 10 miles away, give or take. You hear a lady scream like, "Oh, my baby!" As you
That's a
turn.
protective rune. He's protected for life.
As you turn and you see clearly what started with your friend the as it goes down the cheek of the baby and off of not even onto the face anymore. And make a persuasion.
Blessings on him. Deception? What is it?
Persuasion.
oh.
Or
Persuasion.
deception if that's what they use instead. Whichever one's higher, I guess, for you.
21.
Slutty 21.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for blessing my baby. And you gain 1 fame point.
No one really knows who I am.
What
No,
is
not
what is Luke able to find while this is happening?
Oh yeah.
Make an investigation with your stats for Luke.
Or, I'm not looking through him, so would it be his stats? Sorry, technically
Oh,
less than
yes, it would be his stats. Which I think his were... They weren't too bad.
That's an 18 plus awareness, so
Yeah.
23.
Perfect. So, your little spider bot goes through and starts fiddling around, and it's trying to basically pick up, like, any data that could have been missed. So, it walks by the door, the west side of the building, and there's a whole massive, like, almost 9 foot tall, what used to be, you could see the new concrete put in, but you see, like, basically a giant, like, 9 foot by 4 foot wide, new concrete into the wall.
Mhm.
So you can tell that something big broke through the west wall, kind of using that as either their entrance or their exit. You can't really tell with that if if it was which way it was coming, it was in or out, but you know that somebody broke through that wall. You start making your way towards where high speed is with the guards and that. And you see that there is a vent on the wall opposite of high speed that you would assume could lead upward, downward, or possibly some way to get him there. But he doesn't make this action on his own, but you would be able to look at it and he would give you like a little report of like, oh, I found this as a possible entrance.
So he's by high speed?
He is close to high speed
Okay.
at this moment.
I don't know if I can get away from the crowd. I'll radio high speed. Luke's gonna get into the vent, make sure they don't notice. Make sure no one notices.
Copy. Also, tell High and Generals to get his ass here real quick.
He's 10 miles away. I guess he could drive. How long would 10 miles take to get here in this city?
It would take him about, with him, I would say, we'll go one more time. Oh yeah. Yeah, with him, he gets his directions from Wilhelm. So he radios back, he's like, yeah, I'm on my way, guys. I got this perfect driver for me. As a yellow taxi would pull up for him, he hops in, and they start booking him with the Wilhelm directions that take him north and kind of go all the way around the entire city. As it would take him 5 hours minimum to make it.
Jesus. I don't think he's coming.
You don't know this. You just know that
Oh.
you hear him say, oh, I'm on my way, guys. And his radio is silent.
I hear him say that. I'm like, he doesn't sound super confident, and plus he got his directions from Wilhelm. All right. I walk over to the security guards. I'm like, hey, so I just got off the phone with the Masquerade downstairs right now.
You are downstairs still.
Oh, I thought I was upstairs with the security.
No, you tried to make your way up, and that's where
Oh,
you
yeah,
found
that's right.
the only way up was an elevator that had two guards.
That's right. I'm like, hey, so I just got off my radio check with the Masquerade, who I'm on the team with, by the way. I mentioned I was a superhero, right? I'm not from this world. You guys should go get your autograph or whatever.
You're like, yeah, you were just here. He was just here, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we remember you.
Well, yeah, it was like 2
Does
seconds
your
ago.
friend have his badge? Because if he's got it, we could let him up.
Well, I mean, he's busy with a big ass crowd, and as security guards, you should probably go make sure none of those civilians are getting hurt crowding around a super.
As you say this, you see two other guards come from like the side back there. It's like, oh god, I heard. And you, as they're walking by, it's like, did you hear? He's here. The fucking Masquerade is here. And it's like, yeah, that's what those two are for. And they just sit there.
I'll speak on the comm. Tell them I'll cancel them if they don't come down.
I'm like, hold on. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it on a loud speakerphone almost. I just start talking to my wrist. Speakerphone.
It turns it on.
Say
I'm
again.
going to post things on Tweet if you don't come down here right now.
What did you say, twat? No, not on twat. My wife is on twat. She'll see it first.
Turn off speaker. See, can I just while they're looking at each other trying to figure things out, can I just run past them up the stairs?
It's an elevator.
Oh,
So you would
can I
have-
phase into it?
It's not a power you know. So I would
I've
say
done it.
you used a effort to not mangle
Die. That's
yourself.
right. That's right.
You've used an effort point to not mangle yourself. Well,
Shit.
How is Luke doing? Is Luke doing okay?
I love the fact he named him Luke,
I mean,
by the way.
It's
He's
a
still
Celtic
waiting
guy.
for a response from you. Start going in.
Oh.
Plus, Icy actually never said he opened up the grate, so even if he did, he would be just like.
Open
running
up the
into it.
grate. I'm gonna try to meditate. I'm gonna say, "Who wants to let me crowd, sir?"
Can my
Make it
character
persuasion
while they're doing that, my character Speed just is like, oh, this isn't going nowhere. He pulls out his baton and just smacks them both across the face with it, hoping to knock them both unconscious in one swing. 8.
An 8 flat?
Yeah. Yes.
So this crowd is starting to, at first was like, yeah, you know, crowd surf at a bank?
I'm just gonna
And then
try.
people start like walk back, you know, I was like, yeah, I just remember I got stuff to do now. And they start like, everything starts going back to normal. If you're now essentially left alone.
Oh, thank God. And I'll.
You were able to like go.
I'll go somewhere quieter, like in the corner, and I'll meditate and go through Lug.
Yeah, you find the bathroom and you lock yourself in one of those halls.
Yeah, and then I'll be assuming Lug's just tapping on the thing.
He was just still like he's like trying to walk into something that's still in front of him.
He's gonna go walk the high speed and stab his leg in his foot,
Why?
so that you open the thing.
I can't! There's 2 security guys in front of me.
Do it quickly.
You can open up the grate. So that was behind you.
Oh. I go behind myself real quick and I just kind of zip.
So before
through
you
it.
try and attack the guard,
Before I try to, I just zip and open it real quick.
Okay, and then I'll crawl in.
And then I...
and now make 2 attack rolls.
Wouldn't it just be 1 because I'm...
If you're trying to hit both, you got 2
okay.
attacks.
That is a... Do I add strength or fighting?
Add your fighting.
Alright, so a 10 on 1.
Okay.
And then, oh fuck. 4 on another.
Okay. You hit the first guard, and you hit him hard enough that he lands on the ground, and he's prone now. You go to finish your full swing, and the second guard starts seeing his friend drop and is already backing off, and you miss him. As he now aims his gun right towards your face as it's getting closer to him.
I use my super speed and just disarm him, and then point it back at him.
You're
and
actually
then...
going to need to make initiative at this point.
Oh, let's...
But before we see this initiative order, let's head back to Hellion. And as you make your final descent into a very open, dimly lit dome in the cave, you see a few things. Make a awareness check.
19 plus 27.
Awesome. So,
You're just seeing everything.
pretty much. So,
Yes.
you start and you see that the walls are all written and carved in some gibberish looking words. You do see a lot of religious phrases that you're used to seeing back from those days. And then you do see in a big script on the back wall, it says, I'm coming for you, Hellion. As you get closer and you walk towards the center of this room, you see a lot of body parts thrown around the room. And in the right corner, you do see a faux generator type thing. You see that this one that is created is a like a rodent wheel. And you see as there's it's just slowly turning as there's pretty much just a foot remaining, keeping it going for now.
You know, even Hellion he still has a little bit of his humanity, so I just can't believe that. I can't believe this has been going on for so long without someone noticing, because there are a lot of body parts in here. But I say to the others, I guess we found who was running this place.
Yeah, and everyone else is just dumbfounded by everything they're seeing. Nightmare is starting to take actual photos of the scene and everything before anybody else arrives to mess shit up. Yorman is still scanning magic level, seeing if there's anything else of needing to be worried about. But yeah, there's very little other evidence of anyone else being here, other than the remaining foot that is still moving the electric hamster wheel. Is there anything you do in this room?
Well, first, I'm probably gonna try and stop that. So I'm going to gonna reach forward and I'm gonna try and pull the foot off of the wheel.
Yeah, you're easily able to just grab like a piece of the bone sticking out of the foot, and you just grab it as it's still trying to like kick and do what it's supposed to do, and you just throw it. As it hits the wall, it deanimates and it's no longer moving.
And then I'm gonna step outside and just kind of wait until the others need me for something. But at the moment, I am uncomfortable.
Yeah, understandably.
Yeah.
Definitely brings up a lot of memories. So you sit out there, you enjoy your cigar, and you look at the tower, and you feel like you need to destroy it, even if it's for yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to start making my way up to it, not even waiting for anyone else, and I start to pick up speed. I'm gonna use my Satan Smash because I just want to bring this thing down. So I'm not really fighting yet. I'm just straight out attacking it, right?
Yeah. You have to strength. I would say add your strength to this one and not your fighting,
Okay.
so that it can't resist.
That's 17, but 19.
19, and that's with you're using your power that penetrates.
Oh, right. Satan Smash. So 19, 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll a percentile dice for me at advantage.
25. 80. Oh, 70. That's how that counts, right? That's not a 10. That's a 0, right?
I think in this circumstance, yes, it is considered a 0.
Okay.
So 70. So yeah, what would you like to do? I think that's enough structural damage. You can easily say you destroy an entire tower there.
I ram it and I hit one of its support legs and I break that, and then using my horns I just kind of go feral bull style on it, and I try and rip it out of the ground the best I can, and I just start wailing on it with my massive fists, and it starts to melt and stuff. But I'm not like throwing quips. I'm not like showing off. I'm just breaking this thing, and I do manage not to cry. I just make it look like I am incredibly angry, which I am, but I'm feeling a bunch of emotions right now.
Exactly. By the time you're done, it looks like you're sweating.
Mm-hmm. I turn around. Am I still the only one up there?
You see Yorman making her way, and she's nearby. You get the feeling that she saw most of the destruction.
I'm not trying to hide it this time. I got other shit to deal with right now. But she will not see me cry. Look away. Look away. I don't think you have to. No, I don't think you have to worry about finding the exact power source now. It's broken.
He's like, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and I got word from Munin. Nidhogg is still not responsive, but is no longer violent. So we've got that. We're gonna keep him on medical watch and go from there.
Do you know why he was violent? To no one in particular?
He repeatedly said your name. We're thinking you must have been some kind of a trigger for whatever Mr. Smith is up to, but
No. I wasn't a trigger. That was the essence of Mr. Smith calling to me. The fact that Yorman was thrashing about and being violent meant that he has a strong soul. And he was fighting it every step of the way, just to regain control. It would have been nice to have a long time ago, if you ask me. It's one of the things that pisses me off about him. He's just too good.
well, you know how it is with us bounded fates.
Yeah, I guess I do. Met plenty of you.
Well, Nomir's gonna stay here until the research team gets here to take everything away. You wanna head into town with me?
Are you inviting me? Or are you just offering?
She starts walking with like, you take it how you want, big boy. I'm going to the car.
I don't want to be here alone. I'll finally follow her and I won't, think too much about it. But I really don't try and engage her in a conversation.
Yeah.
She will not see me cry.
Well, she's got to drive, so she's driving. You're in the back of the truck, and you feel like there's nobody watching. As she takes you back to the tower.
If there's nobody watching, I'm not gonna start bawling, but I just allow myself and my magma tears squeeze out of my eyes and they drip down my demon skin like regular tears on human skin, but the moment they start hitting my clothes, they singe them a little bit and melt them here and there. And
During your long travel back, you won't be able to get contacted because of the bad reception in the really outskirts that you're in. So you'll be radio silence as we now head back to the initiative order, which, what did everybody roll?
Do I roll too?
15.
You're not close enough,
Okay.
but yes, we could, because at this point your actions will be going.
I got a 15.
13.
15 total.
Do I add anything to that?
If you have an initiative
You got
bonus,
11.
which would be in your base stats as well underneath your defenses.
11.
Oh, 11. So 15 and 11.
Okay, so
Well,
that's
it's plus
26.
number 26. You got
13.
13.
I have a
One
plus
got
one.
17.
I'm assuming these are taser rounds, right? All guns are like tasers? No lethal?
No,
Oh, shit.
no, not all guns are tasers. Just most.
Oh, great.
And many guns can actually be one or the other. Right, so high speed is first. You are probably, I would say, well, maybe I gotta change it to the battle screen since we're fighting people now. So yeah, so about 5 feet away from you is the guard that you missed.
Okay. Is that
And-
close enough to disarm him?
You can make a grab at that. Yes, you can make a grab at the weapon, but he is starting to point at your direction.
Okay. I have improved disarm. So, no penalty for the disarm action. What do I need? Wait, what do I even need to roll for that?
It would be your, I believe it's your strength roll, say.
Alright, so that's a 16 plus a...
Unless you have a, I
3.
think it's finesse grab, and you would use your dex.
Well, because I just have improved grab.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
improved disarm, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I would say just use your Strength or dexterity,
Whichever's higher.
whichever's higher for you.
So then it's a 20. A
Okay.
dirty 20.
And so he's going to make a attempt to break that. So, yeah, you quickly turn around after you miss striking him and grab his gun.
Okay. I take it, and then I use the butt of it and just bah, knock him unconscious with it. Hopefully.
Okay, so make a attack roll with the weapon, which would be just a straight fighting roll.
18 plus a 2, so that's a dirty 20. Again. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you hit him really hard, and you hear a crack as it butts his skull, and he kind of just hits the back wall and kind of sits down.
I take his pulse real quick.
You're actually not able to anymore. Your turn is done.
Oh,
Your attack was your final move.
shit.
All right. So then, the guard that is prone gets up, and he pulls out his pistol, and he takes a shot at you. So make a dodge.
Wait. Trying to uncanny dodge. Would that be would I would be caught off guard by that?
No, because you can't be caught off guard, correct? Because of your
Not
uncanny
vulnerable.
dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not vulnerable, so it's not like you're taking any extra damage or anything like that because of it, but you would still have to dodge it.
Okay.
As projectiles coming at your face, essentially.
I got 18.
18. Alright. So, with a natural 19, he crits with his shock bullet. And you take 2 damage and you're dazed.
Whoa.
So now you have a -2 to all your rolls.
Shit.
In 3 turns, you can roll to see if you heal.
Okay. Wait, wouldn't it be -1 because I healed with the sleep?
No, it's 2 because he critted on you. So he he shoots this essentially this taser shot, and
Got it.
hits you square in like the nose, giving you like a slight broken nose. So you've got a little bit of headache, and that's why you're dazed.
Okay, that makes sense.
And he now begins to he readies to pull a alarm that's nearby, about 15 feet away from him.
Okay.
To sound an alarm that would essentially bring out more police and more security.
Yeah. They can.
I am looking through my robot, so I don't know anything that's happening.
Yes, you are currently, and now it's actually your turn in the initiative order. So your robot is about to walk in, and you're seeing what he's seeing. He drops into the graded, into this. Not sure what you call it, but like a air duct type thing. And you've got an option to either climb up or climb kind of underneath towards the elevator area.
I'll go towards the elevator area.
Okay. So your robot, I would say, would easily be able to make it to about underneath where the guys, come on, go. So yeah, your robot gets to about the where the elevator would have been, underneath it, and you kind of see the opening where there's those pads, and you're able to kind of peer into it a little bit. You see that it's basically just got the brake pads in case there's a default in that, and then you can go up and kind of go behind it and go upstairs that way if you chose.
I'll do that.
Perfect. So that will be your next turn then. So the other guard who's currently down is not looking so good as he doesn't move, and you see as blood starts to crowd out of his nose and a little out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh gotcha.
I
So
quickly.
now, top of the order again. High speed.
I get on the radio. Gotcha. Come to coordinates. Blah 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 blah. Inside. pronto, and I radio to him.
Like, I won't be able to tell.
You would have enough time to give out a very quick message after messaging Gotcha.
Disable all power.
Do I hear that?
Yes. It's over the comm. And it
Oh,
would go
okay.
to your robot as well.
Okay.
You would have put up something so that even if you're in there, you would hear whatever communications are coming through.
Okay. Can I do that? It's not my turn yet, but I think I have an idea.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. At that point, it'd be the guard who took a shot at you. As he starts now making his way towards the alarm, and he pulls it. And you hear the siren go. And all the windows get blocked, and essentially no way out as of right now. You are now locked into the bank. Gotcha has not responded yet. And that is... Oh, he's actually going to take another shot at you. After he yells, "Resist and fall and go to the ground!" He crits again.
Fuck!
Now
Wait, do I even get a
roll
chance
a
to?
dodge. You can roll a... You can roll a dodge.
I got a 12 and a 5, so that's 17? My math's correct? 17?
Okay. So yeah, he hits you square in the nuts this time.
Oh, motherfucker.
And you take one damage this time because you saw it coming. You knew a bullet was going to be coming your way again. You just didn't know where it was going to be coming. And you fall essentially like prone. You fall to your knees.
Okay. Does he approach me at all?
No, he
Okay.
keeps his distance after he pulls the arm and takes a shot.
It's their turn now.
Yep. Now it's time for the masquerade.
I don't think what I was gonna do was gonna work. Because my magnetism only works on my stuff, right? That's what we said?
Yes, which he is a robot and he is yours.
Yeah, but I was gonna take out all electronics with the magnetism. Can I do a ritual to do that if it takes a turn?
To try and like drain the power from this
To like
place?
emit an EMP or something? Right? Am I thinking? Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say you would see that when you enter in the shaft area and you walk your spider up to the top and you kind of peer in and you see the security room and then you see also a room with a power generator.
Okay.
So you would start making your way towards either one that you would choose.
I'll go to the power generator.
Okay. So you would start making your way. You start heading left on there, and you start making your way. Make a stealth check for the bot.
Let's go. 18.
Perfect. So yeah, you make your robot stay kind of in the shadows, and nobody notices it while it enters in kind of this main walkway as you kind of enter in the actual second floor.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as much as you can get in a 3-second time span. So then we go to guard number 2, who's bleeding out at the moment. And you see him sit there, and he makes a "Ugh!" as just a pool of blood just spurts out of his mouth. Ew. And he's not looking too hot now.
Can I...
Your turn.
My character, like, walks over to him. My character knows first aid. I think.
I would say you would have to know at least the basics.
I start to, kind of, like, help him a little bit to make sure he doesn't, like, kill himself with drowning in his own blood.
Sure, roll a, we'll make this we'll call this an awareness. Just because I think that, I don't know, I feel like that fits more than intelligence because you're not necessarily you're not sure if people here are like your people.
It's more or less what I'm known.
Right. Yeah, you're kind of more like you're kind of more. Well, I guess make an intelligence check without the if it's a negative, just do it flat.
Okay. My intellect is a 3, so
Okay.
it is. Yeah, 6. 6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see all this blood, and you're trying to do the best you can. So you see that his nose is essentially broken, and you try and break it back into place so that it maybe stops any future problems that are going on there. You realize that his pulse is very slow.
Okay. So I know he's
He's
not there.
starting to lose a lot of blood.
I look over to the other security guard. Help me help him.
Okay.
We're killing people. I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
You hit him and you have super speed. You hit him with a baton. What did, right?
No, the butt of the gun.
Oh, we're gonna hit him with your thing.
Because I only hit one of them with the thing. The other one I hit with the whole ass butt of a rifle. A pistol whipped that motherfucker.
Yeah, and he rolled bad for a normal person. Like, it was a failure of like 3. I'm like, well, that fucking means he's basically dead.
Unit's gonna have my ass.
If Gotcha doesn't, speaking of, hear Gotcha on the phone like, what the fuck did you bring as the alarm in the base goes off, and they're like, that better not be you fuckers. And she goes clear, and then you don't hear from her.
Oh, fuck. Do I still have a chance to do anything, or am I just only doing first aid this turn?
You basically try to do first aid. I would say that would take your full action. You then took a essential bonus action to try and convince the guard, which make a persuasion.
18. Oh, wait, no.
You
16.
try and be truthful, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you say this to the guard, and he looks at you, and he's very confused, but he's like, okay, and he radios and he's like, I need a medic on floor 1 near the elevator. And he still keeps his gun pointed at you.
And am I just like still doing first aid and he sees it?
He sees you doing that, yeah.
Okay.
But he still keeps the gun pointed at you because you came at him very, very hot. And they did not appreciate that.
I wasn't
as
trying
there's
to.
A dying man on the floor.
I wasn't trying to.
Also, roll a. No, I think one more turn. One more turn, and you can roll for a health regen.
Okay.
Now,
Well, the alarms already went off. So were there computers too? What did you say was there? There was the...
there was the security room that had like the traditional look of a security room. Bunch of TVs showing the cameras. Now it's in the room is kind of like got a blast-proof glass that's kind of blocked it, and the people in there are now on high alert, kind of looking out, making sure nobody tries to come in that way. But when it comes to the generator, there's nobody necessarily down that way. It's kind of like in a utility closet type area.
So you couldn't get to the security because of the glass?
You'd have to look for another way in.
Okay.
But as of like a straight shot towards it, yes, you would see that there's no way you could just walk in like that. But you're more focused on trying to get to the generator to stop anything like that's happening in general.
I'm gonna go to the generator and turn off the power. If I can.
Yeah, so you will be able to get into the generator room, make a awareness check, see if you see anybody in there.
19.
Yeah, you take a quick scan and you don't see anybody, so you get as close to the generator as you can, and I would say you could start the ritual to basically almost magnetize self-destruct. EMP through your robot. You would have to prep it now and use like a full action to start your ritual on it, and then your next turn it would activate.
Okay, I'll do that.
Awesome. So then let's see. We've got other than the one guard who was going to shoot at you. He sees what you're doing. He steps a little bit closer, but not removing his aim from you.
Yeah.
He's still wary of you, but he's not taking any further action to shoot, and he's keeping an eye on his friend as well.
Yeah.
So his friend, he looks at you high speed, as there's blood still coming out, and he looks at you like, why? As his last breath, he falls, at least unconscious, as you
Okay.
that you know of.
Can I just sit there in shock? Just. I accidentally killed him.
It's your turn, so you can take
I
your
skip.
turn to do-
I skip my action by still trying to do first aid, and I just mouth out loud like, "Come on, don't die. It was an accident. I promise. I needed."
roll a intelligence check.
Oh God.
To see if you can find a pulse or see if he's still breathing or alive.
It's 15 plus intelligence.
Yeah.
Intellect. That's 19. Wait, no, 18. Sorry.
You feel a very faint pulse. But it's very, like I said, faint. It's to the point where he would need pretty much immediate help as of right now.
Am I able to look up to the other guard and say, "Where's the nearest hospital?"
Yeah.
Where's the nearest hospital?
He points at you and he says, if you think I'm just going to let you leave, you got another thing coming.
I am the fastest thing right now to get him the help he needs. You want him to live, you're gonna have to trust me. You're gonna have to trust Gotcha and maybe even Munin when they get here.
Make a... that would be a, let's say, persuasion. You're trying to make him let you go.
That is a... Fuck. My math sucks. 8 and a 3.
Okay.
So 11. My bad. My brain just shut down for a second.
Well, you're killing someone. So.
Yeah.
He looks at you and for a minute he radios in and he says, and he asks, how long till Medvac gets here? And they get a call back. We've got 5 minutes. And he looks at you like, you think there's 5 minutes left?
Not even.
And we'll end the initiative order as soon as you activate your gravity blast.
So you'll hear me whispering, and then the robot starts saying the same things, and then it'll...
Massive, just electrical
magnetic pulse.
discharge just shoots out, and it rumbles the building a little bit. As the generator comes to a complete and full stop, all lights are out, and all electricity in the building has been turned off.
Why did I do that?
I'll explain later.
I don't know if it helps.
I pick up the security guard and I just take off to the nearest hospital.
Perfect. Make a dodge.
Do I see him run?
Or dodge roll, essentially.
Nat 20.
Okay, 20. I'm sorry, what was your
Do I
question?
see him take off?
No. If you're seeing through your spider, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that the bomb went off, it's all black up there. Everything kind of turned off. You hear the opening of a door down the hall.
Mhm.
But that's all you can recognize at this point, since you're on the second story.
Okay.
So you got a nat 20 on dodge. Perfect. He takes one shot at you as he goes, "Stop resisting!" and takes a shot, completely misses you as you disappear at the person in your hand.
Yeah.
You try and get to the front door and you see that every wall has been barricaded that's got glass. Doors are completely locked shut with barricades blocking it.
I think I'm moving fast enough to where I could just even probably smash through it, right?
You could try. I would say it would be your
Toughness.
strength to try and break through the object, which would be glass and essentially steel.
Yeah.
So you'd have to break through both. I would say you would be at disadvantage because you have a human person you're trying to save.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can definitely try and get out.
And so I start running towards it, and I turn around before I like try to launch myself backwards through it. So I go back first, and I hold him closer to me to protect him from any more harm.
Okay.
I rolled a 15 on my strength,
Perfect.
so 12 and a 3.
So you run at this, and you, like you said, you turn around, so you're trying to hit it with your back.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to the guy, and you break through the glass.
Yeah.
No problem. You hit that steel shutter, essentially, and it gives, but it doesn't give enough that you can go underneath or open it or anything like that. If you hit it, you bounce back.
Yeah. Open the doors. I go on like my intercom.
The power's off.
Fuck.
And gotcha. You hear gotcha, and it's like, you motherfuckers! And she pops right in the entryway. It's like, you. I will deal with you fucking later. Give me the person so I can heal them. So gotcha comes
Hand
in.
him.
You see a glowing green ore come from her hand, and she puts it over his face. And she's like, what the fuck did you do at my speed?
I hit him with the end of a rifle after he tried to shoot me.
Hey, what were you doing to get shot at? At a bank
I hit.
that just got robbed
I
a
was.
day ago.
I was trying to get information about the robbery, but the security guards weren't cooperating, and
Why didn't you ask me?
I thought you were busy. It was our day off.
While he's getting yelled at, I'm gonna try to get into the security room through Lug,
Okay.
and download security files, the video
Sure.
files, and then delete them. After I do that.
No evidence has ever happened.
That would be great. So you make your way down. You notice that the door have opened. The security door was overridden, and it now is open. Seems like a very bad flaw, but
Oh, yeah.
this is how it works here. So you see
One
two
of those
guards
bandits around all the time.
in the walkway, and I need you to make a stealth check to see if you can stay hidden within the shadow. I'd say it's advantage because it's dark.
Thank God.
They do have flashlights, but it's only gets so far and can only see so well. Plus, they're looking for tall people, not giant or small little robots.
26.
Oh yeah, they don't see it. They hear the clattering, but they're more like freaked out by it than thinking of where it could come from.
Some weird bug.
Yeah. So you make your way in there.
And I'll go up to the computer and like pull out an arm that turns into a USB, and then insert it into.
Yeah, you insert it into a computer with no power.
Oh yeah.
So you effectively don't get anything.
I forgot about that.
You then realize, oh yeah, the power, and you realize you will need to get into a mode where you where you have a multi-tool, and you would have to remove the hard drive or hard drive. You're not sure how many there might be, but you know at this point you would have to steal the hard drive that would contain all the data.
Hey, high speed. I'm gonna go over the intercom.
Yeah, I'm getting scolded. What?
Can you?
Your gotcha just yelling over his dog.
Can you get the entire computer really fast? Because the
What's
power
a
is
computer.
Never mind.
You would actually think that when you heard computer, you would think of like a massive
I
almost
think of a.
10-foot tall piece of metal. You'd
It's
be
the servers that we were training in.
exactly. You'd be like, I can't carry that. Like in your head, you're like,
I can't carry a whole computer. That's basically what we were saving in our training exercise. Okay.
and for you, you're like, no, it's like this. It's at these points, it's like micro towers.
Don't worry about it. Have fun getting yelled at. I'm going to sneak out.
Good luck.
I'm going to go out of lube and go to the security office myself.
Oh, so you're gonna start making your way.
Yes,
down
and when
to
I
the bathroom.
when I get to I'm
Hey,
protected
you-
in here.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah, you're protected in the bathroom, and essentially nobody knows that you're in there.
Or cares, because, you know, you're a lame superhero after all. Sorry.
He's not murdering people.
Well, I
I-
didn't mean to, okay?
I'm gonna stay in the bathroom.
Why not? Come on out, join us. Come get yelled at by God. Tell you.
I'm gonna try to go turn the power back on.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go to the.
Okay, you're gonna go back to the generator?
Yeah.
Okay. So make another stealth check because they're still out in the hallway looking for stuff.
Is it advantage still?
Yes, because it's still dark when you're a small object.
So 18.
18. Okay. Yeah, they still don't see anything. And you make it back in there. Is Icy doing anything other than getting ridiculed while Gotcha is saving this person?
I just explain everything that happened.
Do you rat me out?
I rat you out, and I make it seem
It
like it
was
was
the first
your
thing he
idea. No, actually, no. My character, he wouldn't rat somebody out. I feel he would stand up for his
Saves
team.
America.
He'd defend him. He'd like, I brought him into this mess. We went into this with no plan. It's my fault for being overzealous. I thought it was my job.
I'm trying to destroy the evidence, and you're ratting me out.
No, I don't say shit about them being involved. I say they had nothing to do with it. I roped them into it.
And you hear Gotcha on the phone like, don't worry, I'm not that mad at you, just curious why you did something as stupid as high speed.
Hey.
Is she calling me?
Yeah, she sent you, she messed like she did to your comm, but you don't have to respond. She's like being motherly, and like, I know what you did.
You fucked up.
Okay.
But not as bad as this
well,
idiot.
since
But
you're,
not as bad as the motherfucker in front of me.
well, since you're here, can you go get the security tapes? Because we don't have a badge. I think that's what caused this.
She laughed and was like, yeah. Remember when I said we had to wait like a day or so? It's so we could get these things that would let you do these things just whenever.
I
But
didn't
my
know.
parents never had a badge. They just kind of did what they
They were
wanted.
retro.
Or they made one magically. You know what? I think that's what they did. I think it was illegal.
You would know that they had their own version of the badge, but they still had proof that they were under the basically the government's permission to do all this.
Can my character hear this and be like, you know, I was unaware that we even needed badges. I thought we had the cost and that was
If
enough.
you listened to the training video, section 3,
Of the
subsection
HR manual,
4,
And exactly, Gotcha's like backing you up. Like,
you
yeah,
would have
the HR.
known we needed a badge.
Well, to be fair, I was just blown away by whatever the fuck that.
We can't even
weird
blame this
projector
on
was.
Hellion. This is who would have done this. And he's not even here to blame them.
Well, to be fair, there was a green monster thing close enough to him yesterday, so I thought. Yeah, I'll explain later.
Alright, so yeah, so you at this point,
Sorry.
we're back at the you're back in the generator room. And it's dark as fuck. You can't see anything because the generator's off. Controlling all the power to this building.
I'll turn it on. How do generators work?
Boop!
At the generator.
Says the tech guy.
I'm not really a tech guy. I do biology.
So essentially, you would see that there's a reset switch. You have your robots flip that. It's not doing anything. It seems like your blast was enough to
Damn
almost
you!
remove it from the grid for a minute.
You fried that
Well,
motherfucker.
on the bright side, I just made a new ritual that's an EMP. So we
What's
can,
an EMP?
What's an EMP? What does that stand
Electrical
for?
magnetic pulse.
Pulse?
Yes.
Electrical magnetic pulse, but we can turn off a bunch of technology.
Oh, cool.
How long is a turn in this game? You said 3
Combat, it's
seconds?
3 seconds.
It takes about 6 seconds. Right? Wait.
Essentially, yeah.
6 to 9
It
seconds.
took you about, I'd say it took you like 10 seconds to get all the words out and fully get it done. Yeah, so you're back in there, and at this point, you know that if you're gonna get it back up and running, that you're gonna have to use your
Magically do it.
multi-tools either on the have the robot turn its pieces into multi-tools, so you can actually remove dead exposed wire and replace it with some that your robot can just have on itself or something, or you'd have to find another way to turn the power on, or you're back to just steal the hard drive. Those are your two options for trying to get the evidence of what transpired today.
The robot Luke will do a multi-tool. He'll lay on his back and then turn his arms and then start
Just start
messing with it.
plugging away and start doing all that. Roll a technology check.
22.
Awesome. So you start messing and fiddling with it, and you're starting to see patterns on oh yeah, if I do that, and you connect all these things, and then you give it one quick flick, and you're like, all right, fucking work, and as you hit it, it sparks up, and everything starts kind of coming back to life at half power, so it's kind of like a brownout. So you have time, but it's very limited to be able to download and wipe data. So you would know that you'd have to get there quickly.
I will run, because I don't think high speed will know what the fuck to do. I will run and go to the security room and
So
try to download
your
everything.
bot
As
still?
me,
As
because
you.
I'll be faster.
Okay.
I
You're
assume.
across the hall.
You're downstairs.
Well, doesn't the bot have to climb back up and then...
No, he's still upstairs.
Oh,
The generator room was on the same floor as the security.
then I'll have the
across the
bot.
hall.
I'll have the
Yeah,
bot
it's just
do
down the
it,
hall.
and I'll kind of increase his speed with my magnetism, pushing him.
Yeah. Hi, Steve. What are you doing while Masquerade saving the day?
I look at Gotcha and the security guard I almost killed by accident. I'm like, hey, look, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Right? This is all new to me.
She's focused on the guy in front of her as he's starting to look a little better. His wounds are starting to heal. He's starting to breathe easier and actually almost able to start talking. And she looks at you and she's like, all right, well, instead of just listening to me keep yelling at you, which I'm going to keep doing, you should hurry up and get upstairs and finish what you guys started. I'll just make sure nobody else gets hurt, and if anybody else is hurt, I'm going to help them out. Try and
Alright.
mitigate some of these negativities that are happening right now.
All right. Can we go on?
So, we are in the midst of a information bank heist, which is very shocking to me, but I'm loving it all the same. What a great way to go from, oh yeah, we just got our hero trained to, hey, let's go fucking break shit at the bank that just had a robbery.
Hellion's gonna be so proud of us.
He sure will. I mean, I think he'll be even a little upset that he didn't just get to show up and break more walls.
His bomb would have blown up.
So yeah, so we've got the robot that just started the generator again. It's, like I said, a brownout, so it's not necessarily fully on, but there's enough power that you could probably get things to function a little bit. There's 2 guards still in that hallway, and you hear the door of the security room start to rotate.
We will run in as fast as we can while still stealthing. Do I need to roll another
Yes, you
stealth?
need to roll one more stealth as you go by these guards at least the 4th time, and they still haven't seen shit. Not an advantage because there's now light.
That's 13.
13. They see it this time.
We get free.
Exactly. They see it and they're like, ah, spider! And they start to like try and shoot at it.
It'll just turn into a coin.
Perfect gun safety. Shoot at the spider!
I mean, it's a giant fucking spider. It's like Australian spiders, okay?
I mean, to be fair, it is the size of a giant coin. I would probably shoot at it too.
Yeah. So yeah,
So-
they take a shot and it completely misses the fighter.
It's just gonna keep going, I guess.
Yeah, you keep running and we can make this a very scary check if you want. You call it heads, you make it in, or tails, you have to make it in.
I'm not a gambling man, but that's a 50-50. You got like a 1 in 20 if you just roll your dice. So
Possibly.
I can remake him, right?
Depends on the DC. And yes, you can remake it.
I'll make him go in.
Okay,
Oh,
call it.
tails, he goes in.
you suck. Why go tails?
Because I usually get it.
Tails.
Well, shit.
So yeah, he makes it. He just squeaks in, loses nothing but the tip of one leg. Oh.
And then he goes to the computer and
As he tags along.
and he'll download and wipe everything.
Alright, so start make a technology check. See how long it will take for that to work. And the guards are now trying to break open the unbreakable door that's keeping them out.
15.
15. 15. It takes, your bot's pretty quick. It kind of just downloads as much as it can before the brown kind of surges a little bit and kind of drops everything a little bit, bringing it back up, and then there's some data corrupt. But you still finish downloading everything, and you get everything on there.
He's going to turn into a ball and roll to the door so that as soon as it opens, I can bring him back with my magnetism.
Sure. Yeah, you can definitely prepare that. You're gonna have to somehow get through an elevator that's not fully functioning again. So
Well-
we'll see.
The grates.
Yep. Well, you'll find a way to magnetize him back. It'll just depend on how well it does and if the guards shoot it again.
Ah! The spider turned into a ball! Bang!
Well, the guards saw the spider just pretty much, they think, just steal everything that was on the hard drive, which is accurate. They're not wrong. So they're now going into, now we shoot to kill because it's got sensitive info.
These are some highly paid security guards, because even as someone who was work security, I would never do that shit.
And the pays well, right?
I see a giant bug crawl into a room, I'm like, I'm burning down this building.
Well, it's a pretty strange world.
The moment I see a demon rush through a wall, I quit my job. I'm sorry. I don't care what I'm getting paid, it ain't enough to deal with that shit.
And, High Speed, what are you doing at this point? As you now, I'm assuming you would have radioed in that, he's like, alright, I've got the goods, just waiting for the door to open again.
Mm-hmm.
I look to Gotcha, like, should I go up there and just grab the ball? The coin? Thing?
Gotcha's like, if you don't, I'm gonna have to. So somebody's gotta get that thing. Otherwise, one, I can't cover your asses for what you did. And yeah, that's actually about it. There's only one.
Well, I mean, you could just teleport there, right? I can rush him to a hospital if he's in critical condition and good. But be transported.
Gotcha looks, he's like, yeah, I could, but
I don't want to save your asses all the way.
right? It's like, I'm already saved your asses on the test. Now I gotta keep saving your ass the day after.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can.
I just use my super speed. I run upstairs. I open the door, grab the little ball, and then take off.
Okay, so it's a sliding door.
So
Once again, an elevator, but you just quickly open the elevator and you just kind of run up and go in there. There's 2 guards there now, in that hallway. What are you gonna do about them?
I'm assuming they saw me walk out of the elevator. Yeah.
They're more focused on they're off to like your right, so they're more focused on what's happening there, and they didn't really notice.
Are they by that door?
They're by the door. Yes, they are. There's one guy who's trying to figure out how, like, he's messing with his wrist pad trying to be like, okay, how do I get this door open? Nothing's working right. And then the other guy's got a gun just ready to like aim at it, trying to shoot.
I walk up to them, kind of quickly, kind of showing off my super speed. I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm here with I'm a stand-in for Hellion. What's going on in there?"
Make a deception check.
I mean, to be fair, not really. Just it's a 16, plus my base value of 3, 19.
So they look at you like, oh, Williams at you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you have your badge?
No, I actually just finished my training today, so I should be getting that soon. I give him like a weird smile, like
Make a persuasion check.
13 and then a 3. So
Seeing this happen, can I radio? You have gotcha on a comm.
oh yeah, that's right. Also, I have Gotcha to vouch for me.
Like, oh, does Gotcha got the badge?
Hey, Gotcha, do you have your badge?
Yeah, I've had my badge for a couple of years now.
Can you teleport it to me?
No, but I can be there, and as she's like about to say I'll be there in, she pops and's like, I'll be there now. Hi guys. Yes, I am so sorry about especially this one behind me. But the other one who's controlling the robot. You haven't seen him, he's hiding in the toilet. Yeah, here's and she pulls out the badge and it's looks kinda like, you know, a police officer badge, but it's basically just a metal token that's like, oh yeah, this is who I am, shows all the basic information. You're like, oh, okay. So, what's up with those two? It's like, no clue. Couldn't answer that if I had more time. I grab high speed by, like, your ear and be like, come on, grab the fucker and let's go.
I pick up the. It's now a ball. I'm like, oh, weird. I thought it was a coin.
It'll turn into a coin. Strength down.
And
Okay.
Gotcha's like, alright, well, I'll see you guys at base. And the training center, ASAP. She disappears.
Shit. Get ready to do some workouts as punishment. And then I just run down and grab them.
Yeah, so you guys make your way out. Do you carry him valiantly home, or do you
I
tell him
kinda-
to get a what was it?
I'd imagine Hein Reynolds. I imagine Hein Reynolds and his taxi driver are pulling up now. I'm like, you get in with your future boyfriend.
No, they're
And I
not
take-
there yet.
Oh.
It hasn't been 5 hours.
Really?
No.
I
Whiny.
looked at him. I'm like, well, Hein Reynolds should be on his way. You can take your taxi back with him. I'll see you there. And I take off.
I'm going to walk.
You're gonna just start walking.
Yeah, so that I don't get there soon.
You
And
should
I make
avoid the yelling.
high speed wait and sit there until I arrive.
All right, so yeah, you just start walking, and it's a long walk, like 10-mile walk.
That's a solid few hours.
Yeah, you basically take the last bit of the second third of the day to make it back to the tower. As soon as you both leave, and General's taxi arrives. He gets out. He's like, "Whoa, let's fucking do this!" Wait, where's everyone? Damn, did they leave me here? Oh, they did. Fuck.
You missed all the action.
Even get to use my pew pews. He looks defeated and just gets back in his taxi. They now make the long trip back, the whole roundabout way to get back to the base.
Hell yeah.
We're now going to head to Hellion, who just started rolling up to the tower.
As we're pulling up to the tower, I rub him on the back of my hand and stretch, act like I took a nap.
Yeah. And you're back at the tower. It is later in the third part of the day. The sun is starting to fall.
Not the sun!
I know,
The
it's falling from
sun!
the sky.
Hit me, Chicken Little.
Oh. So, is there anything Hellion would be doing this evening after all that's happened? Or is this one of those nights where he'd just turn in?
I think it would. I think he'd do his first thing where he's getting alcohol from the bar. And, just going up to his room, and if no one stops him or tries to talk to him, he's going to just wonder why now, why Smith is making his move now.
Yeah, and if you want, you can roll a d10 to see how many bottles of
D10.
liquor you take.
8.
Oh yeah, you see that the bartender was starting to restock the thing, and he's got all the new bottles out. He quickly just takes a quick step off to grab something from the back, and you just walk by and you're like, "These are mine."
Yeah,
And
I just grab him and put him in my massive pockets and just walk off. And it's like he comes back in and he's like, all done. What the fuck?
It's like, wait, where? Who did that?
How? Why? When?
You, sir, really tall guy who's red. Did you see a man who steal any drinks?
I just keep walking. I don't even acknowledge him if he's actually doing that.
And you just keep walking, and he's now just trying to find anybody who may have saw it.
My uncle!
I'm gonna lose my job. And you make it to your room. It opens up, you enter, and you hear as all the locks are engaged at this point. You see that on the basically like a normal table for you, but in this room is kind of set up to be like a bedside table. You see to your scale, a small pack of cigars with a note from Gotcha. It says, "Missed you in training today, buddy, but hope this will relax you."
Oh, gotcha. I take up the cigarettes.
They're big cigars in human terms, but for you they look like a cigar.
Yeah.
Or like a cigarette.
Like a cigarette, yeah. A little thin cigarette.
What do they call those? A Virginia Slim.
Yeah. And what I need is a Virgin Slim. Boom, boom, psst. So what I actually do is I'm gonna wrap them all together into a big one. And I'm gonna light it, and I'm gonna take a puff, and I'm just like, still nothing. I crush it out, and then I pull out one of my Holy Scripture cigars, take a smoke of it, and I feel the Word of God burning on my tongue, and the prayers and the faith that has been poured into these things just being obliterated and feeding me, and I'm like, yeah, that's better. Now, if only the Vatican made burgers. And then I think I try and get a little sleep.
And you do. So, high speed. You find yourself in the training center as Gotcha has asked you to be.
Just doing like push-ups and like shitty military exercises.
Definitely get to the training center. High speed's there first, and Gotcha just weaves into you, telling you about non-lethal combat techniques and why didn't you use them? Why the fuck are you even there? If you had a question, why didn't you ask anybody if they could give you more info? And that just more and more, just like everything that you could think of.
I'm just standing at attention with my eyes forward, truly like a soldier. Just, aye, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. No excuse, ma'am. All this shit.
And as you're saying it, she's like, all right, I was looking at you. Go take like, I don't know,
1,000 laps.
1,000 laps around this, and you guys are in the like training center you were in the day before. So you got that like 5 mile long like diameter you get to just run over and over again.
They don't. They get
I need to do 1,000 laps?
You're not there yet.
Oh,
You spent half the day basically walking home.
I'm there.
And Gotcha starts getting worried. Like gets like teleports to you. It's like, you think you can hide from me? And she like grabs you, like, let's fucking go. And she doesn't teleport you, but you guys actually like she grabs you by your hand as you're like running now.
I didn't have a way back. so I was walking because high speed didn't
Yeah,
carry
yeah.
me
Yeah.
like he was supposed to.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just afraid I'm gonna yell at you. What the fuck were you doing there? Why?
I
Especially from you.
I
My
did
favorite.
I did research. I did more research, and then high speed sounded in distress, so I helped him.
I was running from cabbage. I was
Yeah,
running.
just like, what did he say? What he was in distress about? Like,
No, he just sounded stressed.
huh.
So
Then my cabbages.
Just rings in the ears of high speed as he's making laps.
God, fucking damn it.
God damn.
It's a great day to be high speed, huh? So
It's
where's
a great day to be everybody in this team right now. Except Hellion, who's doing who knows what, but
He's in
not
his
killing
room.
people probably.
for the first time
Probably.
ever? Oh, for all we know.
I did start investigating. I think I need props for that though.
Okay. Good.
I'm not the one that hit the guy. I didn't hit anybody.
And Gotcha's just like, at this point, just like dumbfounded. It's like, I can't believe the smartest person on the team
Did the dumbest shit.
followed one of the dumbest people on the team.
Well, I thought he was. Okay,
Are they on
granted.
comms? Can I hear this?
No, we're not. We're not doing it through comms. We're one on one. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I thought he was supposed to be the leader. Why would we elect the dumbest person to be the leader?
Excuse me.
Who? I told you I was the leader. Where did you get this idea that he was the leader?
He said it.
And you believed him?
I mean, apparently he led an army.
The fuck is an army?
Like, and what does that mean?
It's like
we
a
haven't
bunch.
had army since Super's been here.
It's like a bunch of supers, but not powered and.
yeah, it's the cops.
Oh. I thought the cops were powered.
No, they're just. He's basically talking about how he just led the cops. You could lead the cops.
Well,
I don't support cops.
I don't
this
either.
universe,
You could.
even in the game universe, you're a cab. What the fuck?
I support superhero violence, not cops.
That's great. That's fucking.
So yeah, so you guys finally make it back after just getting your ear chewed off by Gotcha, and you spend a majority of the third hours just doing massive training. You're running to the point where you're actually tired for once. You ran the whole like 10-hour shift.
I stop for a second. I'm like, I've been awake since like 2 in the morning. It's already 300 hours. I don't know. Can I go to bed?
Yeah, I would say it's like currently. By the time you're done with the training, it would probably be about maybe 18th hour of the into the third.
Can I go to bed?
Sure. Now that we're done, I don't give a fuck what you do. Just
For the-
stop punching people in the face.
I'm sorry. For the first time ever, my character is like walking at a normal speed to the bar to grab a snack and then to bed.
That's because of the lactic acid buildup.
Shut the fuck up. Just walks away really slowly.
Oh my goodness.
Good session. Thank you all for joining us in this edition of The Fate of the Heroes!